Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a get ready with me and we are testing out a whole bunch of new products. So actually I don't even think I want to title this get ready with me. We're just going to be calling this testing new products because that is what we're doing. If you guys missed it, I just recently did a huge haul. I will link that above for you, and I just have been kind of accumulating new products over the last month with the move going on and everything. I kind of like was setting everything aside, so I didn't get a chance to use any of the new products I was getting, and so it just kind of built up. Some of this is stuff that I got in PR. A lot of it I used my own money to purchase, but yeah, we have a lot to test out. Can't wait to see which products are maybe going to become favorites, and you know, there's always the disappointing ones, but yeah, let's jump on in. Okay, I already prepped with my skincare, so we are going to get started on primer first of all. Now, there are a few categories where I didn't have like a new product to share, so I'm just gonna use a primer that I already own and love because I didn't have any new ones. This is from Maybelline. It's the Master Prime, and this is the Blur and Smooth one. I actually really like these primers for drugstore primers. I think they're actually really nice. It's hard to find a good drugstore primer, so I've tried, I think, all of them. I think I picked up every single one when they came out, and I really like all of them. I don't really have a use for the color correcting one because my skin overall is not super red, so I don't really use that one, but the blurring one and the illuminating one I really enjoy. Okay, now that I have primed my face, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my foundation. Now today I am using some new products. These are from the brand, I really hope I'm saying this right, Il Makiage. So I have their foundation and also their blending sponge to use. I still need to get this wet, but the name of the foundation is called Woke Up Like This. I have this shade 05, and I don't know if it's gonna be a good match for me or not. It's gonna be it looks a little light, like it looks a little light to me in the bottle, so this might end up being a winter shade, but I really want to try it out, and if nothing else, I can bronze up my face to make up for it. So I'm gonna go get my sponge wet and I will be right back. Okay, so I got my sponge wet, and this does have a pump on it, so I'm just gonna pump some on the back of my hand, and there we go. It seems like a very thick formulation, so I'm assuming it's full coverage. And I did receive both of these products. Actually, I got a whole bunch of stuff from Il Makiage in PR. So I have a bunch of it that I'm going to be using today, but that is how I got it. Okay. It's definitely really light. And this is 05, you guys. Like, that is super light for the 5th shade up. Now, this foundation had a lot of colors to pick from. I don't know if this is going to work on me. It had a lot of colors to pick from, so it was kind of hard to select my shade just because there were so many options. But I think I went with the one that said light undertone, light with a neutral undertone, I think is the one I picked, because that's usually what works for me. But this is like porcelain. This is really light, and it's not blending great with this sponge. Like, I was hoping the sponge, since they were both made by the same brand, the sponge feels really hard, and it doesn't feel like it's blending at all. I'm gonna try the smoothing approach with it. That feels like it's just taking it right off. Okay, that did not work at all. So let me try with a brush instead. Now my brushes are dirty, so excuse my brush because I wasn't expecting to use a brush, so I didn't clean it first. But I have my Tarte foundation brush. This usually works better with thicker foundations that don't want to blend with a sponge, so we're gonna try that instead. Again, this color's way off, but I'm gonna keep going because I want to see about the foundation, not so much about color. So I know I'm gonna get the comments, it's too light for you. I know, and it looks a little pink on me as well. Even though, like I said, I picked the one that said neutral undertone, so it's definitely blending better with the brush, but it looks really dry on my skin and very streaky as well. So trying a few different approaches. Stippling sometimes works better, smoothing motions. It depends on the foundation. I was actually thinking about doing a video. I'm gonna talk while I'm doing this. I was thinking about doing a video about the different ways to apply a foundation, like techniques that you can use, whether it's a brush or a sponge or your fingers, and also like different methods. So even when you're using a brush, there's like the smoothing method, the stippling. So anyway, I was thinking about doing a video all about how to know what method to do depending on your foundation type, and Anyway, if you guys are interested in that, let me know. But this is making me look super ghostly, but it's also looking really dry. Really, really dry. I'm gonna just show you guys. I'm gonna get close so you can see what's happening. Right here where I have some like peach fuzz, it's really sticking to that and accentuating it. And I'm just not loving it. By the way, my eyelids are a little stained right now because I was using that Huda Beauty palette and it stained my lids. Okay, well, I will have to say that so far, I'm not really loving the way that this foundation applies. Now, that's just one test, but I feel like application is a big test when it comes to foundation. I really feel like you can see all the dry spots on my face. I feel like it shows like every single facial hair, and it was difficult to apply. So I think next time I would maybe try it with a facial oil as my primer to add in additional moisture to my skin. I don't have super dry skin. I have combo skin, so some areas of my face are drier than others, but I don't have super dry skin. So for it to be showing this much dryness on my skin, like look around my nose, it's like cracking. It's really like making me look much drier than I actually am. And I prepped my skin this morning by doing a rolling peel. I used my Saturday Skin facial peel, so that is surprising. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure this is totally blended, which I feel like it's gonna look bad no matter what at this point because of the dryness and then also because of the color. But what I wanna do actually is I'm gonna take a setting spray, a hydrating setting spray. This one is from Gerard Cosmetics. I love this one as part of a project, so I'm trying to use it up. And I'm gonna go ahead and saturate my full face to try to rehydrate my face and this foundation. Whenever I get a super drying foundation that's just not looking right, I'll do that before I set it to kind of add extra hydration into my skin. So I'm gonna let that settle. All right, so it's pretty much dry now. I feel like it helped a little bit. There's still some wetness right here. I feel like it helped a little bit, but I still feel like every little peach fuzz on my face is accentuated. So that is kind of annoying, but we're gonna move on because that's what this is for. So next I'm using my Hello Fab concealer from First Aid Beauty. This one is fairly new to me. I also received this one in PR about a month ago, and I've been using it basically nonstop since then. So it's a really good one. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. Hopefully the concealer doesn't look super dark next to this very, very light foundation. Now that the foundation's settling a little bit on my skin, it doesn't look so crazy as when I first applied it, but it's a little too light for me right now. Maybe it will be my winter shade though. So I'm gonna try using the same sponge to blend it out. I still wanna get more of a feel for this sponge. This sponge feels very stiff to me. What sponge does it remind me of? I know I've used one stiff like this before, but I can't think of what it was. It's very hard. I don't care for this sponge. I prefer a softer, more malleable sponge, and this is really, really stiff. My favorite one is the one from L'Oreal, the pinkish purple one. That one is amazing and more affordable than the Beauty Blender. So that would be my recommendation. I think I would not buy this sponge just based on the way that it's applying. It's just a little too stiff. Now, if you prefer a more stiff sponge, you might like this. It's definitely harder than like a Beauty Blender. That actually brightened pretty good. I went with the lighter shade from the concealer because I had two shades. I went with the lightest one that I had because I felt like the one I've been using would be too dark compared to this foundation. So that actually looks all right with the foundation, but I still feel like compared to my neck, I feel like my face looks really pale. Okay. So next we're gonna set everything in, and I don't have a new setting powder, so we're gonna use this Marc Jacobs one that I've been testing out for a while now, and I really do enjoy it. I did do a full review on this. It's called the Finish Line Setting Powder. And I'm gonna go ahead and just set my entire face using this powder. Okay, so I feel like this powder definitely helped the situation a little bit. It's such a hydrating powder. It doesn't like add like a cakey thick feeling to the skin. So I'm gonna give you guys a close-up now on what my skin looks like. I think that spray definitely helped add that hydration back in. So next time I'm just gonna try using this with a different primer and maybe wait until I'm you know, a little paler. So, okay, next I'm just gonna skip ahead. I'm doing my brows really quick. I don't have a new brow product, so I'm just gonna use my tried and true, my Brow Wiz from Anastasia. So I will be right back. All right, we got the brows on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my blush, bronzer, and highlighter real quick. I don't have any new products to share with you in this category either, so I thought I would just go ahead and do that. And then we'll get started on the eyes because I do have some new eye products to test out. Okay, and I will be linking all of the products that I put on my face down below in case you want to check anything out. Now that I have some color back in my face and I don't feel like a ghost anymore, let's talk about what we're going to be doing with the eyes. So I have a couple new products that I wanted to test out. So this one here, again, from Il Makiage. I feel like a lot of the new stuff is from this brand because they sent me a huge PR package. So I have this palette here. It is called the Color Boss Pro palette, and it's mostly neutral shades. So we are going to be testing this out. It looks like there's some like metallic shades, and then we also have a few mattes in here as well. This might be a satin. There might also be some satin. But I also really want to test out the Hourglass Scattered Light. These are supposed to be almost like a single glitter eyeshadow like that. And I thought this kind of pinky champagne color would go really nicely with this palette. So that's what we're going to be doing. I could just use the foiled shades in here to complete the look, but I really want to test this out. So that's what we're doing. I did already prep my lids just by concealer, but I want to make sure I set them good. Is this matte? I think this color here is matte. It might be slightly satin, so we're gonna go ahead and try that. This does not come with a mirror, so I'm gonna hold up my big bulky mirror here. I'm still kind of testing out some new filming spaces, so bear with me as I kind of decide where the best place in this room to film is. It would be nice to have a table in front of me, but I don't. I have one to the side of me here, which is better than nothing. I used to film in the center of the room with no table, so that's better than nothing for sure. Okay, yeah, it seems like it was pretty matte. There might be a tiny satin finish to it, but all right, got that set down. Now I'm gonna take, again, my brushes are dirty. I have not had time to clean them in a while. So next I'm gonna go ahead and take a blending brush. This is from Gorgeous Cosmetics. It's the B112. And I am gonna try this kind of camel color right here to blend that in my crease. It looks maybe a little dark and it might have a satin finish, so I'm not sure if this is gonna be a great blending shade, but I really wanna test the formula, so we're gonna make it work. All right, let me get my mirror ready. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start defining my crease with this shade. Actually, it looks like it might work okay. It's not that dark. I expected it to be a little darker, so that might work just fine. And I'm just gonna go ahead and softly blow this out. It seems to be blending pretty good. The pigmentation is not super dark, which sometimes can be a good thing because then you can build it up. So we'll just see how it builds up. And definitely have to let you guys know about wear time as well. It's very important. I really like the color. The color seems nice for what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Yeah, it's a really nice warm blending shade. So the color I'm very impressed with. As far as blendability, it seems like it blended out pretty easily. I am someone who does not like to spend a lot of time blending. I don't go back and like blend and build up and blend and build up a million times. I kind of take shortcuts when it comes to that. So yeah, it performed pretty darn good. I'm happy with that matte shade. Okay, next, what should I do next? I kind of want to play with this burgundy. Yeah, I think this matte burgundy down here will look really pretty with the scattered light that I picked out, the shade that I picked out from the Hourglass one. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a smaller brush. This one here is from Zoeva. It's the 228 brush. I'm gonna pick that shade up and I'm gonna start working it on like the outer corner of my eye just to add a little dimension and depth. Let's see how this goes. Okay, it doesn't have a ton of power to it. It's very light. I was expecting to set my brush down and be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to blend for days, but the pigmentation on these is very subtle, which again, I mean, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It just means you have to build it up more. I need a different brush. This brush is not doing what I need it to do. We're gonna switch We're gonna switch to the Marc Jacobs crease brush. This one I feel like is gonna pick up the pigment a little bit better. It's a little denser. That one was a little too fluffy. And since the pigments on this are not as intense as I was expecting, it was not picking it up. I am getting fallout. That sucks because I already did my face makeup. Get my little fallout brush ready here. So yeah, this is picking up the pigment better. It looks like I need a little bit more density in my brush in order to apply these shades. I'm just gonna keep building it up until I get that color I was looking for. I was looking for a very burgundy color and it's turning out to be a little more brown than burgundy. In the pan it looks more kind of purpley, but maybe if I build it up. And it's starting to get slightly patchy. Part of that is my eye shape because I do have some wrinkles there that it catches on. But it is looking slightly patchy. Start blending that. But it does soften up when you blend it, so. Okay, I like the color. So now what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of the powder on my brush and I want to just work it gently into my crease so it kind of fades into my crease. Again, most of the color I want concentrated on the outer corner, but I do want to have kind of more of a defined crease with this look. Since I'm going with that really sparkly shade, I feel like that will like make it pop more. We're just going to lightly blend that all the way across my crease. And then with no product on my brush, I'm softening up the edges slightly. As you can see, I like to take shortcuts when it comes to applying my eyeshadow. I was talking to my daughter about it the other day. I feel like I'm not a big eyeshadow person. I think most makeup artists, their favorite part is their eyeshadow. My favorite parts to do on my makeup is my complexion and my eyebrows, which is surprising, but that's my favorite. And also, like when I worked at Sephora, it was my favorite to do on clients. So if a client came in looking for a foundation, I was like, mine, I got it. I love helping a client find the right foundation, shade, and you know, coverage and everything that they're looking for. And then I also love doing eyebrows. Now that I've played with these matte shades a little bit from this palette, is my camera focused? I hope it is. The matte shades are not my favorite formula. They're a little difficult to work with. You can see it's just a little bit patchy. It just doesn't look super blended and even. And I've blended as much as I like to blend. Like I said, I'm not a huge blender. I don't like to spend a ton of time blending. I want my shadows to do the work for me. And these ones are not quite like that. So, I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It's just, you can see that I probably need to blend more, and I just don't like spending that much time on blending, so we're gonna move on. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking that first shade on my lower lash line, just using this little pencil brush that I've had forever. So I'm just blending that down to even it out. Oh, got it in my eye on that side. Okay. All right, so I will be testing out the metallic shades another time because I want to use this guy here. So we're gonna go ahead and use this Hourglass one. I have the shade Aura here, and I'm gonna try applying it just with my finger first because I feel like normally with this kind of consistency and texture, that's usually how I apply it. As far as the way that it feels a lot like the ones from Bodyography that I love, so I'm hoping it performs similar. I mean, if it performed even better, that'd be great. And I'm just gonna go ahead and press it right on my eyelid. Oh, this color is so pretty. Oh my God. I'm kind of obsessed with this color. That is so pretty. And I really like it the way it looks paired with these other shades that I have on my eye, which those are shades that you could totally find in a lot of different palettes. So you don't even need the Il Makiage palette to do a look like this, but oh my God, that is so gorgeous. I'm kind of wondering if I should have applied a glitter glue underneath. Okay, my camera totally died, so I don't know what I was saying. I think I was saying that I was hoping that this would perform the same way as the Bodyography one, so I'm not going to set it, or I'm not going to use a glitter glue this time because I don't have to with my Bodyography one, so I'm hoping this performs equally as well. So we're going to test it today without the glitter glue, but I will use it another day with glitter glue and kind of let you guys know. So that is kind of the completed eye look. I'm just gonna go ahead and soften up some edges real quick with a clean blending brush, and then I'm gonna go ahead and apply some liner. I really like the way that the glitter looks. The matte shades I think look pretty decent. They're not like fantastic, but they're pretty decent. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit more smoky. It's pretty smoky already, so I'm going to play that up. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this Nars Kohl liner, and I'm gonna line my lower lash line. This is not new to me. It's actually my favorite like standard pencil liner. It's really good. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a pencil brush to kind of smudge it out. I like it to be kind of smoky. Keep poking myself in this eye. Okay, and then I don't think I want to do a winged liner with this look. I think it looks pretty good on its own, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do like a traditional, you know, just line my upper lash line, and I'm gonna use the tattoo liner from Kat Von D for that. Okay. So that is the liner. I really like this. I really like those Hourglass glitter. I think it looks super pretty. Okay, I am going to be applying false lashes today. Believe it or not, I never, ever, ever apply false lashes. I feel like it's been at least a year since I've even tried, but I have some new false lashes. So we're gonna try that in a second, but I'm just gonna do a quick coat of lash primer and mascara just to give the lashes something to blend into, and then I'm gonna grab our lashes. I feel like this eye look is very fall too, which is great because I am ready for fall. Even though it's actually a beautiful day outside, it's really sunny and nice, but it's really cool. Like you walk out there and the sun is shining, but you get that like crisp fall air. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. I love it. Okay, and this mascara that I'm using, this number 7 one, this is pretty new to me. I mean, not super new. I've been using it a couple months now, but it's not great for volume. But because I'm just going to be wearing false lashes today, I just wanted to basically coat my lashes so that they blend in. Okay, I'm loving this eye look so far. I think the lashes will pull it together. So that's kind of a bummer. I just realized I have not yet unpacked my lash glue, and I'm not actually sure where it is because I thought I was done unpacking stuff, but I haven't seen it yet, so it's floating around somewhere. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to apply those lashes. I really wanted to try them. They're the House of lashes I got in BoxyCharm a couple months ago. So instead, I'm just going to build up my mascara. I'm gonna use this Wander Beauty one because I feel like it gives me better volume than the number 7. And I'm gonna have to stop by Ulta today. Darn it. I've actually been wanting to stop by there anyways because there's an Ulta like super close to where we moved, but I haven't had time, and maybe I'll have to leave a little early to get the kids so that I can make a stop. Oh my gosh, I just realized I like wiped my nose and it totally wiped away the makeup, like pretty bad. I try not to touch, I'm really careful about not touching my face throughout the day normally, but I just kind of like wiped my nose because I had a tickle and it totally wiped away the foundation right there. Well, now that it's had time to settle a little bit, I actually am really, really enjoying this eye look, and even the mattes have settled in a little bit so they don't look patchy anymore. I feel like it looks really good. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Let me see if I can fix that spot. So my lips have been so ultra dry. I've been applying a lip balm like crazy today, but they've been so dry. I was gonna test out, where is it? I was gonna test out this liquid lipstick from Il Makiage, but I'm a little nervous about using it on my very dry lips. I think I might have to test a new lipstick instead. It just feels so dry. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this CoverGirl lipstick. I have tested a couple of these, but this shade I have not worn yet. It is the shade number 230, which is just called Cream, and it's a nude shade. Hopefully it's not too nude for my lips. It's definitely creamier. I needed something more creamy and hydrating today because my lips are just so mad at me. Okay, so yeah, I think that actually looks really good, especially since we did a darker, more interesting eye look. I definitely wanted something a little more neutral for my lips anyway, so I like how that turned out. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to be testing that is new to me is this CoverGirl Lock It setting spray. So I've actually had this for a while, but I haven't even broke the seal on it yet. It's been sitting here and I keep forgetting to test it out. This did come to me in PR as well, and I've been wanting to try it, so let's give it a try. I don't feel like I've seen any reviews on this. I know a lot of people got that PR package, but there was so much in it. It was almost like hard to test everything. All right, I'm gonna prime it first so I don't get like a weird spray. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. Couple first impressions about it. I like the way it smells. It smells almost like a fresh cucumber. It sprays weird. It does not spray like an even mist, which I need something that gives me like a super even mist. It does definitely hit you a little more intensely in certain places than others. And the spray is really narrow. The stream is narrow. So I don't know if you could see that when I was spraying it, but it would like spray only like this much of my face at a time. So I had to like really like move it around a lot, where most setting sprays, if it's got a nice fine mist, you can really get at least like half your face in one spray. But this was just very pinpointed where it was spraying. So, and then it had like a couple intense drops here and there. So I don't know. Not my favorite as far as sprayers, but sometimes when it's a new one, that can happen. And then the more you use it, you know, the more it like eases into spraying better. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this very lengthy, almost like a get ready with me, trying out some new makeup. I actually really love the way the look turned out. I think the only thing that would have made it better was some lashes, so I'm gonna go get that lash glue today. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will give you guys an update on the wear time in the description box, so if you want to see that, let me know down below. Or if you want to know how the products wore, just check my description box. I'm going to put it in there. I don't have time to do check-ins because I have plans later this afternoon, but I do want to get back to you on, especially like the eye makeup and foundation, how it wears. So look for that in the description box. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.